Hey, what's happening YouTube? This is Assailant of Team Legion. I'm going to be deck profiling a Little City Light deck today. This is not, and I repeat, not an original idea. This deck is based off the one that won big in Toronto recently. You can check out that deck list at tcgplayer.com. It should be right up there on the main Yu-Gi-Oh page. But I had to make a few changes, so some of it I threw some of my own thoughts in there. And I've actually been thinking about this deck ever since I pulled an Effect Veiler from Duels of Revolution pack, and ever since Cyber Dragon came back to 3, so it's also a deck I put a little bit of thought into. So I'm just going to get right to it. So here goes. Got base of the deck, 3 Neos Alias. Things are your main attackers for the deck. They're what kind of fuels the deck, what makes it run, helps get those faster. You got yourself 1 Stratos. These things can also serve as a magic trap destruction in a pinch. 1800 attack is not shabby, so good searcher. Neos Alias is all 3 are needed. Stratos, yeah, 3 Thunder King Gryo. These things are one of the 2, as they're called, Kings of Anti-Meta. They belong in almost any anti-meta deck, especially a light one. You know, skilled into the field, their second effect can shut down your opponent pretty badly. So they definitely belong in this deck. Next, you got 3 Cyber Dragon, the Naturia Killers. These things, ever since you got to 3, they are amazing. They, especially against BRD combos, especially which X-Sabers will be pulling off like crazy nowadays in every other deck under the sun. Also, they're great against gadget matchups because you can go into Chimera Attack Forces Dragon. Next, you got 2 DD Warrior Ladies. Kind of a odd out. Well, they're a great choice for the deck. They're in here because they're warrior and they're a light. Also, they're if your opponent monster attacks them, your opponent's monster will die if you want it to. They can also kamikaze something bigger than them to kill it. Great card. Searchable with Rhoda. Now, Effect Veiler. This card puzzles me. Is it a guy or is it a girl? And God help us all now, I might actually ask for your opinion, YouTube. If you could give me a creative response about was this a guy or is it a girl, it'd be appreciated. But anyway, enough with the art rant. This is Effect Veiler, remaining 1. It's a great card all around. To boot, it's a tuner. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. One star tuner's not going to get you much of anywhere, but you could use it. Great card. Great effect. It's a 0/0, unfortunately. Not really needs for sex, but I swear the only reason that Konami made this as a 0/0 is so you can't honest off of it, which is really annoying, but it's just how it works. Good enough card to throw the deck. Mentioning honest, of course, as a light deck, it runs the main light support card, 2 honest. Though this is the best light support that exists. No reason it should be run. Woot. That's it for the monsters. Moving on to the magic. You got 3 Book of Moon. These are the anti-meta tech card, great in all sorts of situations, very versatile, great all-around card. Deck could definitely uses all 3. Rhoda, searching out DD Warrior Lady, Stratos, or Alias. Just searcher cards. You got 2 emergency calls, Stratos and Alias. These are essentially 3 monsters, or 3 extra copies of the monster, so great cards in the deck, definitely needed with a low monster count. Got 3 Gemini Spark. Kind of odd card, especially with 3, but you'll see why it's 3 later. These cards, essentially what you're going to do is you're going to blow off your Alias. It's the only Gemini monster in the deck. We're going to blow off the Alias to blow up opponent's card and draw 1 card. No downside. Well, blow up your monster is a downside, but it's well worth it. 2 MC, some basic cards here. 2 MST, Dark Hole, Monster Born. Cards you'll expect to see in any kind of deck that under the sun nowadays. That's it for the magic. Now into the traps. 2 Skill Drain. These things will shut down more decks than I've ever seen. This thing will shut down most decks will be shut down by Skill Drain. It's a great card. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a whole lot of magic and trap to defend it, but in this deck, but it's not that easy to get rid of, and it's just a great card. Since you don't use a lot of monster effects from the field, good thing to have in this deck. Now, 3 Hero Blasts. This is a generally overlooked card, but it has an amazing effect, especially when combined with Neos Alias and Gemini Spark. They're this it allows you to return a element of your normal monster from your graveyard to your hand, and then choose an opponent's monster with face a monster with less attack than the returned monster, and destroy it. So essentially, you get to return the element to your hand and destroy your opponent's monster with less than 1900 attack. There is no downside at all. That's it. So it's a great card, especially when we use the Gemini Sparks. You essentially get to blow up 2 of their cards. 1 Beckoning Light. Return your effect failures, your honest, your alias, anything. It's another light support card. Belongs in the deck. Now, 2 Magic Cylinder. Now, I'm either going to be using these or 2 Bottomless. I'm mostly playtesting right now. So far, Magic Cylinder seems to be working really well. Great card. They can be game enders really easily. With big monsters out there nowadays, your opponent's going to take damage from these. They're not going to like it. 2 Compulsory. The reason I'm running 2 Compulsory over 2 Dimensional Prisons is, unlike Dimensional Prisons, these things are chainable, so it's a little more versatile. Dimensional Prisons is arguably better. Better, but just not chainable, so I'm running 2 Compulsories instead. And finally, Solemn Judgment and Mirror Force. Basic kind of cards you expect to see in most decks. And that's it for the deck. 40 card count. Side deck's, extra deck is pretty basic. Nothing too special about it. Since you only have 1 tuner, it's a 1-star. 5 stars is going to be what you're going into most of the time. Side deck, I have not made a side deck, but if this deck, I take this deck to regions. The side deck will probably contain another effect failure, so I can set out into the second one. A Rose Warrior Revenge for when I want to tune, plus Rose instead of Mist Valley Soldier, because Rose can be roted. And now, the original deck ran Consecrated Lights in the side deck. I kind of disagree. I prefer Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors. That's probably what I'll be running. That's about all I can think of for what I know I'll be running in the side deck. If I take the deck to regional, I'll definitely update you guys on this. But that's the deck. I think that's about it. Please subscribe to our channel. You will get videos like this every week, or duels, or something. You will love it. It'll be amazing, so subscribe. And that's about it. So this is Assailant of Team Legion, signing out.